If you're still looking for work, chances are those mistakes are preventing you to get a job. Everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. So for the last few years now, the industry is slowly recovering, right, from all the massive layoff that we've been having in the past, right? However, layoffs are still happening and there is still a lot of people looking for a job. And so one of the things I notice when people are looking for a job, they post it on LinkedIn and stuff like that, right, that they make over and over those mistakes. So I thought I wanna share this with you, and I wanna share some solutions, some tips, and I felt like the best way to do this is to share a conversation with a recruiter friend of mine like a couple of days ago. It was really eye-opening. I discovered a lot of new things and reinforced some of the doubt that I really have from his perspective, because he has a lot of experience, and I thought it would be really great to share this with you. Okay, guys? So basically, what I told him is that in the last few years, right, I use my LinkedIn sometimes to share job from other company, mostly about animation, sometimes visual effects, but in general, anytime I see a big company that is not my company I'm working for, that they are offering a lot of opening opportunity in the gaming industry, what I do, I share it on my LinkedIn, right? I put their post, I just copy the link, I share, hey guys, if you're looking for a job, might be the right opportunity for you. I try to be positive and blah, 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 right? But the thing is, most of the time, the response that I get is like people comment in my post and say, oh, I'm interested. Oh, Alessandro, this is my demo reel. And it's clearly that this is really bugging me. It's clear that they did not even spend 5 seconds of their time to read that. If you can see from my profile, from my name, it's written next the company I'm working for. It's very clear that I'm not sponsoring a job for my company, but it's for another company. So that the fact that you're writing the comment, oh, I'm interested, or this is my demo reel, doesn't achieve anything, because I have no connection with the company. I don't work for that, right? For them. So the fact you're right there is not going to help you in any way. I'm not even going to reply, because if you didn't even bother to read that for more than 5 seconds, why should I bother to reply to you, right? And even though the posts sometimes have 300, 400, 500, 1000 likes and people comment over and over, most of them look like they did not even spend a second to read the ad properly. Sometimes they even ask questions, but is this remote? Do I have to be there? Do you guys have an office in this country? Do you guys sponsor visa? Where all those information are already there. If they would have clicked on the announcement, on the link that I provide, right? It's the link of the job offer, right? All the answers were already there. But it's very clearly that people are not even reading. And so you write all these comments, you apply for a job, obviously you don't even qualify. That's just crazy. So I was very frustrated about this, because it happens multiple times, and so I felt like all my effort to share those objects were kind of useless. So I had to ask him, like, hey, maybe I'm doing something wrong, because maybe my profile is not about offering jobs and stuff like that. So mostly I teach animation, and so I try to be good, right? But maybe I don't have the right audience. So I asked him, right, about this. Is this kind of normal? He told me, Alessandro, you just open the Pandora vase, like it's you have no idea how situation is today, because it's really unbelievable. And he told me, can you clarify, can you explain a little bit better? Like, it's always like this. He told me, like, sometimes he said my profile is mostly about looking for a candidate, offering job in the game industry, stuff like that, right? And he told me that, like, anytime I apply, I tell them there is this job opportunity, and he told me, by the way, I have around 10,000, 20,000 followers, right? So there is always an average of 200, 300, sometimes even 500, few case thousands of people who are looking for the job. And you told me, Alessandro, you won't believe, like, it's very obvious at this point that there is a problem. I don't know what it is, he told me, maybe generation, I don't know, he said, but there is a problem, because people do not even spend a minute of their time to go through and read the link and apply. They write random comments that makes no difference, makes no impact. They simply didn't happen to you. They said, oh, I'm interested in this job, and they ask questions. Oh, where is this located? Do I need to be remote? What is the salary? All this information he mentioned to me, Alessandro, are being written in the ad of the job position. It's already written there. They wouldn't know if they spend at least 1 minute of their life to read it, right? And it's very obvious that they do not do that. And so sometimes he told me when even a candidate, he asked me those questions, for me is already a very negative side. You're looking for a job, and some people, he told me, some people, they're very desperate, they're in a desperate situation, and they tell me, okay, but you're not even reading what the ad is about, and you jump there with conclusion, asking questions, you don't even qualify, so there wouldn't even be any point to apply for this kind of job. They told me this situation is really, really bad. And then sometimes it's like they just wrote, oh, I'm interested in this position, please contact me. So nobody's gonna contact you. This is the ad. If you're interested, you send your CV and your demo reel or whatever to apply. No one else is gonna contact you because you're looking for a job. Guess what? Another 2,000 people are looking for the same job. So nobody's gonna contact you just because you wrote, oh, I'm interested in this, please give me some extra details. The details are just there. You have to read it. And he told me, Alessandro, you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes like people are writing from different countries when obviously this job is only specifically for a specific country. Could be Europe, the US, right? So it's clearly written there. Or sometimes they apply for a completely different job. They told me, Alessandro, I'm advertising a job for animators and visual effects artists, right? Or a video producer or whatever, right? And it says that there is this really big discrepancy here. And another things he told me that, because I told you, okay, maybe the people who are writing you, oh, I'm interested, they send you their demo reel, maybe at the same time they also write on the link, they read everything and they apply normally. Said, Alessandro, that's a very slim chance. So he told me, like, at some point I counted, and all the people who wrote, oh, I'm interested or stuff like that, 95% they do not apply through the link, right? He told me, and that's completely useless, because he told me, Alessandro, I have I told you, sometimes in a few cases 500, 1,000 people commenting on the job, and then the people who actually apply for the job is only 10%, all right? And of those 10%, another 80% didn't read properly the ad and they do not even qualify. And so he told me that's crazy, but it has nothing to do, he told me, with desperation. It's very obvious they are not reading the ad properly. They're not even spending 1 minute of their time. So he told me, then why should I spend my time if you didn't even read the ad, right? Why would I do that? For me, it's automatically deleted and moved to the next candidate. And I don't blame him, because again, you need to do the effort. And then he told me the same things. I was sharing this one on my LinkedIn a couple of days ago, where people are looking for a job and they're just writing a generic post on LinkedIn and says, hey guys, I'm just completed my contract, I'm still looking for a job, please contact me. They told me, I'm telling you as a recruiter, I never contact anyone like this, because simply we're looking for a specific figure and you're writing a generic message. It doesn't tell me anything about you, doesn't tell me the industry, doesn't tell me what is your role, and never leads to anything, right? And so those people, say, I follow them, I follow a lot of guys. He told me that, and almost nobody replied to those messages, right? Even though sometimes they have a big following, right? And sometimes I told him the same, because I said, hey, it happens to me as well that I scroll my LinkedIn at least 10 times a day. There is one person, so 10 person a day, they wrote that they're still looking for a job and stuff like that. But again, when you scroll very quickly, you just see a generic message, hey guys, I'm looking for a new opportunity, I'm open to work. You're not gonna remember the person. Even if my company, let's say, is looking for animator, and I don't know that you are an animator because you just wrote a generic message, I'm gonna pass by your post very quickly. So it doesn't do anything writing stuff like this. It's very different, for example, when someone takes time to put some effort, says, hey guys, I'm an animator working in gaming and looking for a job. And if I know my company is looking for, at the moment, for an animator, and I see very quickly, and he upload a link to his portfolio, I'm gonna click and give it a look. And if I see something's good, I'm gonna pass it to the recruiter team, right? But if it's a generic message, no portfolio, no information on everything, I'm not gonna do anything. And the recruiter I was talking about, obviously he's sharing also experience with other recruiters because they are all in contact, stuff like that. He kind of lying, and so it became very obvious that people are making huge mistakes when they apply for a job. And again, it really baffles me that the fact that, you know, people are obviously not reading. And I'm not saying everybody, of course, there are still people doing all the extra step, and not the extra step, the necessary step. If you're looking for a job, they're doing what needs to be done, and they're still maybe not getting a job. I get that, right? But the majority are making those huge mistakes. And then now I'm starting to understand when I see, oh, I can get a job like this, or I apply 300 companies, stuff like that. I can imagine if that's how you apply, no wonder nobody is giving you like a job. Of course, as I mentioned, there are still probably a lot of people who do it the right way and still not getting it. That's not the only solution. That's not the only factor, right? But that's an important factor to keep in mind, because if that's what you're doing, you have literally zero chance. And I have people, even people doing consulting with me, because they told me, Alessandro, I graduated from this school. I have this demo reel. Maybe the demo reel is quite decent, you know, to get some job. Maybe not a lot of job, but at least get some opportunity. And we jump on a call and we discuss why he's not getting anything, and I ask him to share how does he apply for a job. And sometimes quite a few people, they show me this, oh, I saw this post on LinkedIn and I apply. Say, show me how you apply. Oh, I wrote a message here in the post with my you know, demo reel or something like that. I'm not gonna get a job like this. Nobody's gonna read it, right? There is a link, click it, do your work. Because again, there are other 500 people who did the same things as you. The recruiter probably it will ignore it, and that's exactly what they told me. And I don't blame them if that's your attitude. Okay, guys. So if you recognize in this kind of pattern, you probably have to drastically change your strategy. I wouldn't call it even that on a strategy, because or else you're gonna always keep hitting for a wall. And again, if you on the other side you do everything correctly, and if you still can't get a job, my recommendation is always the same. Hire someone, you know, maybe someone to review your portfolio, to review what you're doing, right? Someone who already work in the industry. You choose who to hire, but you know, they can give you some good insight. Again, I repeat, many times this happened with the people who studied with me. They approach me for the first time, they're very frustrated. Then when they review their demo reel, it says that your demo reel is way below the industry level, even for a junior position. Okay, and sometimes they don't know that. So this is also another step you should always take in consideration. Okay, guys, wanted to share this one very quickly because I felt like this discussion with this friend of mine was very interesting, very insightful, and I think was very good to share with all of you guys. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment. See you next time. Ciao, guys.